You can go out and buy stock still with no or very minimal commissions for as low as $25 or $50 a month. You just have to know exactly where to go. Someone just left a comment on my YouTube channel. They're really discouraged. They want to start a dividend stock portfolio, one that can pay them passive income that can help supplement or even one day surpass their living expenses, but they're about to give up before they even started. And the reason for this is this individual wants to start with maybe like $25, $50 a month. They want to start averaging into stocks, and they just can't find a way to do that without paying really high fees, without having fees that would eat up a big portion of their investment and set them back. So today's video is actually for this person and other people that are in the same situation as this person, because you can go out and buy stock still with no or very minimal commissions for as low as $25 or $50 a month. You just have to know exactly where to go, and you have to spend a lot of time doing your research. So my name is Ian Lopuk. I'm from ppcian.com. My YouTube channel here is about dividend investing, a bunch of other topics as well, but one of my passions in life is dividend growth investing. So I'm sharing my passion on YouTube about that topic. So first and foremost, before I even get into how you can buy stock for as little as $25 a month with no or very minimal commission, I just want to address this person. I would not give up. When you invest in dividends and you want to have dividends increase over time, supplement your living expenses, someday overcome and cover all of your living expenses, that is a very long-term proposition. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes many years. It takes a lot. And so if you're going to give up just in this research phase, just when you're getting started, and you're going to throw in the towel, all I'm saying is my concern is even if you do get into some stocks, you may not hold on to them for the long term. And I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to point out a fault here or say that you're doing anything wrong. All I'm just trying to say is think about it from that perspective. When you commit to dividend growth investing, you're committing for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. That's when you start seeing the rewards. So if you're getting discouraged during the research phase, that may tell you, maybe dividend growth investing is not the right thing, but at the same time, I think it's a matter of perspective. So just get that perspective in line. So now let's move on. How can you buy stock for as little as $25 a month? It is true. Many of the brokers out there that claim to provide low commissions, and many do, relatively low commissions, but many of the DRIP plans, dividend reinvestment plans, the direct stock purchase plans, the fees have gone up over time, just like everything. And quite frankly, this is why I love dividend growth investing, because the cost of living is going up, and it will keep going up, and everything goes up. The fees, the costs of things in life, and that's why dividends are great, because they can help you pay for stuff. So it is true. It is much harder than it was when I started to find ways to buy stocks for a low amount of money each month, like $25, $50, and avoid having to pay fees that will eat into your returns. But you can still do this, and probably the easy way to do this is to buy stock direct from the company. So most companies, big companies, blue chip companies, they hire what's called a transfer agent. And a transfer agent is the company that manages all their stock records, both for employees and also other share owners. It allows you to buy stock direct. And an example of a transfer agent, one of the largest transfer agents, is called Computershare. So Computershare is the transfer agent that handles a lot of stock plans. And through Computershare, one can buy stock directly from a company through the transfer agent, which is Computershare. Now, many of these plans, they're called Dividend Reinvestment Plans, or DRIPs, sometimes called DSPs, direct stock purchase plans. A lot of them have fees these days, and sometimes higher fees. So you have to look at the fee schedule before starting. But I'm going to tell you, it's really going to be more of it's going to be a different process. When you're coming at it through the lens of minimizing fees, you can't just go research the stocks you want to buy and say, I want to buy this stock, this stock, this stock, and then hope that they have a plan that meets your needs. It's a different process. What you need to do is you have to filter the world of dividend reinvestment plans. You have to find the plans that have no fees. Then you have to look at all those stocks, more of a bottoms-up analysis. Okay, of these stocks, let me research all of them. Which of them makes sense? So in some ways, it's a little bit more limiting. You don't have the scope of all stocks in the world that you can look at. But at the same time, there are many stocks that offer no fees. So how do you find this list? How do you find this list of stocks that offer dividend reinvestment plans on Computershare with no or minimal fees? What I like to do is I go to Computershare.com, then there's a selection there that says Buy Stock Direct. Once you click Buy Stock Direct, scroll down to the bottom, all the way to the bottom of the page. There's what's called an advanced search. And in that advanced search, you can check a box. You can search for the dividend reinvestment plans that offer no fees, no purchase fees. And so once you do that, you're going to see pages and pages and pages of stocks. At that time, it's up to you. You need to go through all of those stocks. You need to research them. And it's important to find good quality stocks. You don't want to just settle. Just because something doesn't have fees doesn't mean it's good. And in fact, like I said, this is a more limiting way of looking at the universe, but you can still find good stocks in there. I did this last night. I found that ExxonMobil, one of the largest companies in the world, very good dividend, very good track record. They have no fees. So if you want to buy $25 a month, $50 a month of ExxonMobil, you can do that through Computershare with no fees. Another one I found on there was AbbVie. This is a company that was spun off from Abbott Labs a few years ago. They're a big drug pharmaceutical company, and they also offer no fees for purchasing stock each month. So again, you can buy in those small increments each month, no fees. Now, some of these plans do have like a one-time setup of like $10 or something like that. To me, a one-and-done fee like that is not a deal breaker, especially if you're in this for the long term, for 10, 20 years. In my case, this one-time setup fees, I just look at that as kind of a one-time fee. But when you have a recurring fee, that's something I pay more attention to. So obviously, if you're investing lower amounts of money, those recurring fees can really eat up into your returns. And so I think this question and this overall mind state where this investor is coming from is the right mind state. I just wouldn't give up, because if you research hard enough, you can find these plans. And literally ExxonMobil and AbbVie, I think those were on the first page of results when I did this advanced search last night. There were like a lot of pages. So if you go this route, you'll find a lot of companies that offer no or minimal fees. And so that's really what I would do if I were just starting out again, if I were in a case where I didn't have a lot of money each month, just trying to get my foot in the door, find those plans that offer no fees. Here's another thing. Let's say you have $25 a month to invest. You need to pick probably one stock. If you're going this route, dividend growth investing, usually the minimum on these drips to average in month after month with no fees is $25. Some may offer $15, but these days it's usually $25, oftentimes $50. So if you got $25 a month, you want to really be selective as you go through all the stocks with no fees. Which one do you want to start with? And start with that one, get it going. Maybe later you can afford to invest $50 a month. Put in another one at that point. Again, find one with no fees. And so that's just something to be aware of. Now, let's say you have more money. I've gotten another question on my channel. Someone says, I'm starting to get some dividends. I think I have $18 worth. When should I start reinvesting? Well, with a dividend reinvestment plan like we're talking about now, like something on Computershare, they can automatically reinvest the dividends, oftentimes with no fees. And so that's a great way to compound over time the snowball effect of what I like to call the dividend machine. Now, if you're in a traditional brokerage and they're not reinvesting dividends for you, typically what I would do, I try to keep fees when you're investing larger amounts, like let's say over $500 at a time, try to keep them below 2%. The reason I have a 2% rule is 2% usually in your dividends in your first year, you'll make back the commission. So your dividends first year will pay the commission. Then in the future, you're holding this thing forever. It's all gravy. You're investing less than $500 at a time. That's where I would really minimize fees, just because you're starting at a smaller base. And so when you're starting at a smaller base, keeping the fees extremely low is important. And that's where I would try to look most likely for a brokerage that just the fees are minuscule, or a dividend reinvestment plan where there are no fees or just very, very minimal fees. And One word of caution though is if you're looking for a discount brokerage, do the trade-off between fees and brand recognition and propensity that they'll be around. You don't want to go with a brokerage that's some fly-by-night operation you've never heard of and risk it all. So sometimes it's better to pay a little more in fees for that security that you can sleep at night. So Ian Lopuck, ppcian.com, discussing my passion for dividend growth investing. Just as a friendly disclaimer, this is not investment advice. I'm not a licensed investment advisor. This is just for fun and entertainment. If you are going to go out and purchase stock, please consult a licensed financial advisor before doing so. And as a disclosure, I used to own stock in ExxonMobil. I do not own it anymore. AbbVie is a stock that I've been watching. I may buy at some point. Don't own it right now. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the questions. I hope this was helpful because someone who is just getting into this, not the time to give up. This is the time to put in the work, do the research, find those plans with no fees that hopefully meet your needs. Don't force it. Don't buy something that's just a forced solution that you don't feel good about. It has to feel good in your gut. It has to be a stock that you research thoroughly. It has to be something that you have conviction in. But what I am here to say today is it is possible to buy stock for as low as $25 a month directly from the company through the transfer agent with no fees. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next dividend investing video.